OCD by Cody, Allen, and Sydney. OCD, also known as obsessive compulsive disorder, is an anxiety disorder and is characterized by recurrent unwanted thoughts and or repetitive behaviors.
This is Jennifer Brown, and we are interviewing her today because she has OCD, which is also known as obsessive compulsive disorder. So, Jennifer, when did you first realize that you had OCD?
I lived in the dorm at Western, and my roommate noticed me checking my alarm clock about 6 times before I ever put it down in the night, and told me to stop. And I told her I couldn't because it made me nervous. So that's when she said I had OCD.
Okay, what are some of the things that you have found out that you do now that you know that you have OCD?
I don't do that with my alarm clock as much because she fussed at me for it, but the thing with lines, if there's tiles on the floor and rugs near it and they're not lined up together, then it really makes me nervous. My bed has to be made perfectly. If the cover is pulled over more on one side than the other, I can't stand that. My pencils and pens have to be separated. Put stuff in Ziploc bags to keep them separated. A lot of organization and tidy stuff, I guess. And I check for my car keys a lot. Like, I'll take them out of the ignition and put them in my purse and zip it up. And I'll unzip it and look again to make sure they're there, and zip it, and then get out of my car. And before I shut the door, I check for them again.
Okay. Quite a few things we have.
Hoarding and OCD. Hoarding has been associated with OCD patients. Too much dopamine in the brain can cause a person to hoard.
Does OCD interfere with your daily life?
Sometimes it can make me late if I do a lot of checking stuff. Like, if I'm walking out the door and I notice the rugs in the kitchen aren't straight, I have to go back and fix them. It doesn't make me really late, but it's just irritating.
Have you gotten better at anything?
Yeah, the alarm clock thing, and if I'm in a hurry, like a really big hurry, then I'll just shut my door so I don't have to look at any of it, and so temporarily.
Right. So, do you plan on seeking any medical treatment for this condition?
Because I don't think I have OCD. I think I'm just tidy.
Okay.
Are there treatments for OCD? It is very difficult to predict the outcomes of the treatments, even though some treatments are very successful. OCD is a very treatable disorder, but such treatments can vary from person to person.
This is me making my bed. It might take a while. I told you I had a thing with the lines, and it has lines all up it, so I have to make sure it's straight. And since you're taping it and you can see it, if it's not, don't tell me. I'll look at it that way, then I can tell if it's straight. And I'll hold this up and make sure it's straight all the way from the end to the top. And my comforter has a seam all up the side, and if it's not straight, it bothers me. And I have to make sure it's not uneven at the bottom. And I can already tell it's uneven at the top. If I back up and look at where it lies with the sheet, I can tell it's too far down here. It usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes, but I have to make it every day before I leave, or it makes me paranoid. pillows, cover them evenly across the top, and they have to hang over the same amount of space on each side. And that looks pretty good. It has to go pretty straight across. Far over here. The only part that I'll let go is the middle, because I put my spare there. And I have to make sure his ribbon is pretty straight. And that's my bed mate. Well, alright, that's pretty good. And then go there.